So Nintendo surprisingly unveiled a brand new Switch, but is it the Pro version they've been rumoring for about 4 years now? Let's take a look. Alright, hello and welcome back everyone to Enter the Internet, a show where I discuss anything and everything I find interesting on the internet, but it's mostly just video game and tech news. So now, yes, as I just mentioned, Nintendo has finally unveiled a brand new Switch console to us after there's been a Pro rumor for basically since it launched back in 2013. It's been almost 4 years now. So, but is this the Pro version that they've been talking about? And I hate to break it to you, but unfortunately this is not the Pro version. Now, obviously this is an improved version of the original, with this model being named the OLED edition. I think it's safe to assume what the biggest difference between the two models are. And obviously, yes, it has an OLED screen in it, and it is an increased size to 7 inches as compared to 6.2 on the original Switch. And although it has a bigger screen size, the Switch itself is still the exact same size. It just has much thinner bezels on the side of the screen to fit it in there. My biggest thing is like I said, this is definitely an improved version, but the reason they're not calling it a Pro is because it still puts out at the exact same resolution. It's still 720 in handheld and 1080p on the TV. That's the reason it's not really a Pro. It's just kind of an upgraded version a little bit. But despite it lacking any next-gen features, it still adds a lot of things that will improve the overall quality of the console itself, such as it does have a 64GB internal system, which it's still kind of low end, to be honest, when you think about it. If you're digitally downloading most of your games, they're run on average between 20 to 30 gigs a game, sometimes even more. With games like NBA on the Switch and a few other ones, they get up to like 40, 50 gigs. So that could take up your whole internal storage, which obviously you still can expand it with a micro SD card up to 2 terabytes, but still, that's just extra money you have to pay. And again, when phones release at minimum 64 gigs and they're not downloading these huge games, I think just personally, I think that's a little low, but I mean, obviously it's an upgrade, so it's always good. And then one thing I saw a lot of people freaking out in the comments is it has an improved kickstand, which is going to expand the entire length of the back of the console instead of just that little toothpick they had to hold up on the left side, or right side, I think it was on the back, I can't remember. Yes, all I know is that little thing did not ever hold it up. Anytime I tried to use it, it would always just break off. So I think that is going to be a huge improvement right there, just having the whole back. And instead of just one angle, you're going to have multiple angles, viewing angles to kick it up on. And the trailer also said it has enhanced audio, which what it looks like to me is they just added 2 extra speakers at the bottom. They didn't really give any specifications on what the difference is. I'm assuming it's just gonna be a little bit louder. Not really sure what the difference is. But then finally, something I know a lot of people have been wanting for a long time, and they finally added it. It's an integrated wired LAN port on the dock for the Switch, so you can finally have seamless internet instead of using your crappy Wi-Fi while playing Smash Bros and getting destroyed, which has happened to me multiple times. Maybe that's just my bad Wi-Fi. Who knows? Or I just suck at the game. But overall, it is a big upgrade from the OG Switch that came out 4 years ago now. It definitely needed an improvement, and like I said, now that you look back on it, it's definitely lacking so many features, even for a 2017 console. But I just think a lot of people were wanting a little bit more, like especially for like a higher resolution in handheld, just like maybe 1080. To be honest, I'm not really sure of too many OLED screens that only put out at 720. So that is kind of interesting. I understand they're trying to keep costs down and they're trying to do everything, and they're putting this in the hands of a lot of young kids, which can be destructive, and we know that the old screen on the OG Switch was very, very durable. There's tons of videos of people just throwing it, hammering it, and it's actually pretty durable.
This thing is completely dead, I think. Check this out. Let's find out if it turns on. I think it's on. Okay, I see something on the screen. What?
So, like I said, they obviously don't want to make it extremely fragile and have screens breaking all the time like iPhones and then make them super expensive to replace. So I do understand that, but still, unless they're planning on coming out with another Pro console, again, which has like maybe a 1080p and then 1440p on the television resolution, I think would be an amazing. But I think what Nintendo's realizing, obviously, is they're going for the general casual gamer as opposed to dedicated gamer, I guess, PC gamer, someone who's very hardcore. And most people, the average consumer, only has a 1080p TV, so I guess if you're forcing an extra chip into the Switch console to upgrade it to 1440p, it's probably going to go unused in probably 60 to 70% of households. Again, I know a lot of people are moving up to 4K and 1440p, but again, most people, especially most children, have an older generation TV at 1080p. So I can understand why they're kind of keeping it at a lower, but it just, again, for a lot of people, it would have been nicer to see a higher resolution. Even on the handle, even if it was just 1080p on the handheld with the OLED screen, I think that would be a huge difference. Like that right there would be worth the price upgrade. But that's just my opinion personally. Now, the new Switch will be releasing on October 8th, which that's my wife's birthday. Ironic. It will be a total of $349.99 US. So it's basically going to be $50 more than the original Switch was at launch, and it's also going to be launching alongside Metro Dread, which was showed off at the beginning of the trailer. I'm not sure if they're going to have a bundle, probably not, because Nintendo's not really like that, so you're probably going to have to buy them separately. Alright, so what are you guys thinking of this new console? Are you guys planning on picking it up? Are you excited for it, or are you going to wait and see if they end up actually releasing another Pro console? Let me know down in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed this video and my content, please like and subscribe, as it does really help me out a lot. So, thank you. See you in the next one.